Okay, so I want to ask you why you think, as introverted people, because me and you both are introverted, why don't we like salespeople but love a guide? And we are thinking from like a buyer or seller's perspective.
Yes, I would say I love to shop. So here's the thing, is like I love a good salesperson, but I also really don't like sales persons sometimes, right?
Right.
Like
In 1,000
They can be
feet,
pushy.
turn right on South
yes,
Yakima
I
Avenue.
recently got a car and like I just kept being like, this is so stressful.
Yeah, and Cody did too. My husband did too, and it was stressful. And I
Yes.
didn't like any of the salespeople.
Yes.
I only liked one.
Yes. Exactly. I lucked out this last time and he was like the coolest guy and he just made everything calm and he would be like, "Hey, I'm going to give you guys some space." And that's
Right.
like really what's important to me when I'm shopping. And my business motto that we'll probably talk about a lot is do unto others as you want them to do to you.
Right.
And that's kind of just how I run business now, is, and the last 10 years is just basically like I need time and space to process things.
Right.
I know what I like. I know what I want. I do like a salesperson that sometimes who can push me out of my box. Like I've been to Purpose Boutique and a girl's like, "Hey, can I show you a couple things?" And I was like, "Sure."
Yeah.
I was in the mood for it that day, right? But sometimes I'm like not in the mood, and I love when
turn right
someone
onto South Yakima
can
Avenue.
kind of
Then
read
keep
like,
left to
"Hey,
continue on South
she
I
might
Street."
need a little bit of space."
Right. A salesperson, you like it when a salesperson can kind of pick up on this person needs space or is more intuitive or is more introverted
Yeah.
and doesn't need so much.
And that's kind of like
Push.
how we like to do our showings, right? Is that like when I open the
Keep
door,
left to continue on
I'm
South
not like
I
hovering
Street.
over people and like, look at this, look at this, look at this. Like, I get that sometimes you just need to like look around and you just
Continue
need.
for 1.5 miles.
I even like to sometimes like let couples or let someone kind of like wander a little bit, and I'll just kind of be near them, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm here if you have questions." And I'll tell them like some facts about the house and all the information. Right. But then I also like think it's really important that people have the time to digest and feel it, right? Like I think an introverted intuitive really needs to feel a space to know like, can I build a home here? Can I like visualize my kids running through the halls, or can I visualize my cats on a cat tree? Like,
Right.
you need time and space.
You need time and space. And when you like something, you don't need to be talked into it.
Correct.
Like, you don't need to be talked into buying a house or buying clothes. Sometimes it's nice to have the pros and cons, or it's nice to have the pros and cons pointed out to you, but you don't need to get talked into something. And I feel like that's what I'm scared of when I talk to a salesperson, is they're going to try and talk me into something, and I don't want to be talked into something.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times you can tell with like your breathing. Lacey at Key Reflexology Key Collective has taught me so much about my breathing patterns, and we've done so much work in that like now I know when it comes to sales, even with clients, if you're breathing from like your chest, it's usually anxiety, or like it can cause anxiety.
Yeah.
If you're breathing in a lower pattern, like down in your belly, it can be more grounded.
Right.
And so like when salespeople are like really like pressuring, or you know, they're giving all these like suggestions, and it can cause like breathing anxiety.
Yeah.
Right? And then you're making a decision that's not grounded or rooted in your intention. And that's why I think that's really important, is to make sure when you do make decisions, you're coming from that place.
Absolutely. Which is, I'm going to ask you another question, segue through. So when you think about a pushy salesperson versus someone who genuinely guided you through a big decision, what was the actual difference in how they made you feel? So feeling difference between a pushy salesperson and a guide, what's the main feeling difference?
Definitely what comes up for me is choices. So here's choice A and B. Here's the pros and cons for each choice. Here's my professional recommendation, and I'm going to give you some time to think about what suits and supports what you want. And that makes my eyes go just like, yes. So that's what I try to do for my clients, is I've had that done for me.
There's a lane closure ahead.
It meant the world to me. And yeah, that's why I tried. I actually just did that last night in an email. I was like, here's 3 choices. Here's the pros and cons for each one. Here's what I, project would happen with each one. And ultimately, I don't know what people's, I don't need to get nitty gritty into what people's budget are. Or, this was, in this case, it was they're getting their house ready to sell.
Yeah.
Until they're ready to tell me, right? Like,
right.
At this point, I just want to give them the information and then time to digest it.
Yeah. Actually, I kind of went through something like that when I was buying a car with my husband, and the only salesperson that I ended up liking was the salesperson who gave us education and choices. He was just like, it's your right to, get this checked out, the inspection, like we'll cover the inspection. And he was just asking us if we had any questions, and as opposed to all the other salespeople who were just like, oh, well, what's your budget? And, oh, this is worth it. And, oh, well, that's actually not that much of a repair. That's it. This is still a good price. And just kind of asking us.
Go past North 13th Street and turn right onto North Steel Street.
Our objections.
Yeah.
Instead of addressing our objections and treating us like we deserve to know what we're buying.
I think that really comes down to respect, right?
Yeah. And I immediately told my husband, I was like, I like him. He's the one salesperson I like. And even my husband was like, yeah, actually.
When you can get a really intuitive introvert to be like, I like you, like that is a big compliment.
It's a compliment.
It is a compliment.
It's like, I trust you. I don't think that you're trying to take me
because when we go into situations where we could be vulnerable or...
Right, it's so vulnerable when you're... just buying the car. We're so vulnerable. We're going to pay $5,000-$6,000 and we could be screwed.
I think buying and selling, it's like there's so much you already are stressed about. The last
money.
Yes.
It's money. Money is so stressful.
The last thing you should be stressed about is your agent pressuring you? Is your agent on your side?
Is your agent on your side?
Are they for your agenda or their own?
Yeah.
Right? That's
absolutely.
Like the last thing you should be concerned about. You already have enough on your plate.
Like you should just know that they're on your side.
Yes.
Like they should be your anchor.
Yes.
You can just lean into them.
It's been wild how there's been some clients who they've even had to take a completely 180 and maybe we had to take their house off the market, or maybe they're like, you know what, we've decided to rent, and they were almost nervous about my reaction, and it made me kind of sad that there might be anyone who would be mean or vindictive
because they changed their mind.
Yeah. And people are allowed to change their mind.
Turn right onto North Alder Street.
That's the thing is when you build a solid business, you're not. You have to build your business up to where it's not reliant on one client buying from you, right? Because
then you come.
Each client should have freedom to make choices that support their family, themselves. And their future goals.
At the next stop
and in no hurry.
Turn left.
Yes.
Either. Yes. On their own timeline, not the agent's timeline.
Yes.
Absolutely. So, talking about intuitives, intuitives are a little different. We're our own type of people. So intuitives are pretty good at detecting inauthenticity.
Yes.
So what does that look like in real estate specifically? So
turn right onto North Lawrence Street.
I think that intuitives might subconsciously, we just don't like a salesperson. And I think that we're just kind of picking up on inauthenticity. What do you think about that?
I think that is a solid point. Then
your destination will be on the right.
Almost just inauthenticity too. We just can't, just like we were talking about before, we can't trust them. Almost like we don't know their motives.
Yes.
And
head toward North 27th
an
Street.
intuitive
Then
person
turn left
is going to pick up on that first, and I think that might be one of the reasons
left
why
onto North 27th Street.
We don't
then you'll take your first left onto North Warner Street.
Yes.
So it's a lot about trust. It's a lot about control. We don't want to be controlled.
Yes. Definitely the client should be, there's different types of clients, right? There's some that are like, this is too stressful, take the wheel.
Yes.
But this is a conversation I like to have with my clients, is that if by default, the way I see it is they're in the driver's seat, I'm in the passenger seat with directions, and they can make the choice whether they're turning or not, right? And so that's kind of the way that Wonder likes to do it.
Almost like you're the GPS.
Kind of, yeah. And you can listen to it or not. Or you can be like, I don't like your suggestion.
You cannot do the turn.
And I'm not going to be upset about that.
You'll just give you another option.
Yes.
If you don't take the right, you'll just be like, at the next one, do this one maybe.
Yeah, we did make a mistake. We are rerouting.
Yes, we're rerouting.
I saw that recently and I love that. Yes. And then sometimes I've had clients where they're like, I have too much on my plate. And with someone that also has ADHD, I totally understand executive decision making. Sometimes we just want someone to decide for us. Now, I don't want to decide major life decisions for people, but there are certain things that I can help with if they're like, hey, you take the wheel on this, and I'm like, absolutely, let's do it.
Yeah.
But it's a choice we're making together, and one based out of trust, dignity, and respect.
Yeah.
For both parties.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so do you think most intuitives even know they're looking for a guide and not a salesperson? Or they just know that something feels off? I feel like we just, like from my own perspective, we almost just think I just think something feels weird. I just don't like this person. And so just to kind of end our talk today, we just don't know. We just don't like them. We just don't like salespeople. But I think it's because we're viewing them as a salesperson and we're not looking for a guide for ourselves.
Yeah. I would say there are different types of buyers and sellers, right? Like some of them have had experience in real estate. Some of them have not. Some of them don't know exactly how a real estate agent works. And we can definitely do a video in the future of like, what does hiring a real estate agent really mean? And what different kinds are there? And I don't want to come from a negative approach because I definitely think there's many different types of real estate agents for many different types of people. And I'm not going to be for everybody. But
it's so important
for the people that are for me, we definitely vibe really well together, right? And there are the ones that meet sales quotas and they're transactional. And sometimes people like that, and that's fine. I think for us, a lot of times, and for Wonder, it's we are a guide. We are in service to our people, and we do a lot of extra things, that can be helpful. Like, we've lined up contractors. We've gone outside of the box to help our clients in ways emotionally and spiritually to help them transition from one home to another or from one place in life to another. We've had so many wonderful stories of working with people who've got their first home and the excitement you get with that, or saying goodbye to a home you love and either downsizing or upgrading, or, estate sales, which is another very, intimate experience because we're dealing with memories and sometimes grief. Right. And so we're dealing with a lot of emotions. We're dealing with a lot of humanity. And I think I've completely went off subject on the question, but basically is that we run our sales in a service manner. And so I think for us, when even just saying sales, we're just like, ugh.
I know. That video you shared about that, when she was like, I'm a real estate agent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a little cringy. Sales is cringy, so we totally understand. But
it's also can be very beautiful because I do, like I said, love to shop. I love shopping in different manners. And my mom and I love looking at homes, and we've bought and sold many homes. And we'll do another video on my mom one day because she's been so awesome in my life.
Oh, yeah.
And
so fun.
Thanks for tuning in. This is number 1, numero uno. And we will continue more going forward. If you have a topic you'd like us to go over, please let us know. And we're just looking forward to doing more of this with you guys.